Hi guys, welcome to my stream and a little sad news. If you guys are missing out a little detail, like a few hours ago, one sec. So if you guys are not fundamentally like follow on the news nowadays, what happened in Flash Coffee was no coincidence and uh to be honest, the coffee they sell is pretty damn cheap at $4 for a very large coffee. And if you're working with a colleague that works there, they have given like, yo, welcome. I'm just doing some flash coffee streaming. Well, anyway, the thing is, what happened is I contact one of my friend that work in Flash Coffee, the same outlet pictures as you can see from there on my screen. Apparently, so what happened was, on October the earliest, on the Wednesday, the when was Wednesday? Let me give a check out. Wednesday was on the 17th. Wait, on the 11th. Yeah. So what happened was on the Wednesday morning, 11 in the on the 11th on the October, my friend was caught up into the office early in the morning to head down to the Flash Coffee headquarters, and they were stunned to tell everybody that, yo, you don't need to come into the office, you don't need to work, and you can like return the uniform if you want to, but we are not gonna offer you any job at the moment. And then what happened was the next day or the day after, on the 13th, the Flash Coffee Singapore headquarter coincidentally delete everything, like from the app starting. The app, I have to say, if you download the app before, you can see entirely of like Flash Coffee location, address, contact number, everything. And then all of a sudden, when I went to do some research, what a coincidence! Every outlet was deleted, and there was a very massive red flag when I was applying to Flash Coffee 1 year prior ago. And what a coincidence that they don't want to take me in because they know that streamers are not welcome. What a coincidence! And then my friend worked there for technically 3 months to 4 months as a senior supervisor. He himself he himself came to like visit me couple of times at my old workplace, and then he told me that Flash Coffee was like having a promotion. So I went and checked. Yeah, massive red flag. The place is very crowded, and there is empty table. There was empty chairs. Everything empty, like completely. And what happened was no coincidence that the Flash Coffee shut down. Like immediate like termination on Thursday. Like my friend even said he himself, as a senior manager, he never thought that the Flash Coffee is gonna shut down. But he tells me that what happened was he was caught up on Wednesday morning to let everybody knows that you need to come down to the office to do some meeting, and they don't want to tell the employee anything. They just say that, oh, it's just a casual meeting, that kind of stuff. And then cut short to the case, he himself didn't know until the very next day, Thursday. He was informed in the email say that all your contract has been deleted, and all your employment or your status of the history of the profile that you built in this company will be deleted or move forward to another coffee chain. So I was like, dang. And I felt bad for my bro. He literally just like lost his job as a supervisor, and I'm speechless. They just immediate delete the entire location. So what happened is no coincidence. From east side, they deleted two outlets where I can easily access for coffee last year, and then suddenly they removed the location completely, permanently closed after a couple of months. And then the very obvious question is, why on earth November they have a huge massive like hiring? And the thing is, I also stupidly blindly go and apply for it. So that's my fault. But I never get enlisted because of they have some sort of situation. So the red flag came to me when the east side was closed, completely closed. I was trying to figure out what happened. Like, my favorite coffee chain just shut down, and I was like, oh shit, when am I gonna get my next fix of coffee? So I went and contact my friend, and he tells me the same situation. He was contacted on the morning. He was told to go to the office without further warning. On the Thursday, all contract employment terminated. Like, all of a sudden, zero notice, 0 week notice, 1 week notice, zero, nada. They immediately disable all, and all the delivery system was disabled. And when we go and check the outlet, apparently there was a poster said, dear customer, due to our employee on strike and payment was late, and the owner doesn't want to give like very constant good environment for working, and that's what they proclaim. And after that, the video went viral on TikTok, and surprise, it hits me like really. I didn't know that Flash Coffee was gonna do some stunt, and they did. They, from what they tell me, my friend also tell me that you see the lightning bolt, they literally put flash, and that's the legit way that when they do the exit or Brexit, they will straightforward flash out and bye bye. So that's what happened, and my friend was stunned about the Thursday situation. And let's put it this way, I name him Mr. Shi, and Mr. Shi doesn't want to uh, talk on the computer, so we exchanged messages and find out that Flash Coffee is doing some stupid shit, and apparently they're in debt. 40, $40 billion in debt to the IRS taxes. And funny enough, they globally have 200 outlets. Like Thailand, Indonesia, you name it, they have it, every Asian market. And what happened was they shut down everything. Like they shut down Korea, they shut down Japan, they shut down Indonesia. Who knows where the heck? Singapore is already hit to this outlet. And I went to a couple of outlets to check it out. They do like have a blackout outages and they don't have any more coffee. The machine also been removed. Like completely on the Thursday, everything gone. Like nada, zero things left. So I was wondering myself, like, what happened? And that's the situation. And I felt bad for my brother, Mr. Shi. And I informed him if you guys have like further information to shine some light because you guys are like former employee of the Flash Coffee, please forward it to me and we can discuss. And I did tell him that the government is going to help you out with the salary problem due to the company so-called liquided and they owe couple of $1 billion in the market share. The downfall, the reason why is very certain that it's because of the massive advertisement, massive promotion, all the flashy light, and then of the fundamental on the tech coffee. God. To be honest, coffee is just a drink, and I don't understand how futuristic this gonna be. And to be honest, if you guys going to shine some light on like cyberpunk, sun like lighting, you can imagine this in a mall, and it's shining like freaking Chinatown lit firework. And I'm not joking. I was literally at this very particular store, and I found out they shut down prior due to the Wednesday, and then Thursday, all of them got terminated. And very sad news, all the manager also has been suspended from shift on Wednesday. So Wednesday was their last day, and they formally appeared on news as a affordable coffee, affordable brand, affordable for uh, being there for us as a cheap coffee. That's what they want, but unfortunately, Flash Coffee did their last bet and they double down to make it worse. They owe money. And to be honest, the co-founder and the founder themselves fled the market. Like literally completely after the shutdown on Thursday, they immediately took the money, remaining money, and flew off. Like flew to the neighbor country of NATO. And I was not so fundamentally happy about this. Is like you owe money, and then you suddenly tell everybody bye bye, and your contract has been terminated, and a massive like employment situation back then, and they have too many role when they hire massive means completely out of the box. Like for example, content creator, productivity, managing role, management in HQ, And what happened? Everybody was stunned. And all the, for your info, all the office worker, they were deemed to be doomed on Tuesday before the Wednesday situation start. So the Tuesday was the last day of the HQ staff, and the HQ staff was told to not come in office, and the laptop was returned on Tuesday evening, and everybody was like stunned. What happened? It's like they said it's a system faulty, and all the computer was removed, like completely revoked, and I was not so happy about the situation. They removed my favorite outlet, and they removed my friend outlet, and my friend was super upset about this. And I asked him, what is the problem with Flash Coffee? He point out that the company owe money, and the company declared bankruptcy after left, like, let everybody in the dark, like nobody knows what happened. And once the employment found out this little BS, what happened was midnight, the co-founder and the founder immediately flew to the NATO neighboring, and I'm not so sure what happened after that. They never come back. They never even tell when are they going to relaunch. They just straightforward flat. Like, now the government is having a troublesome tracking down the boss, but the situation is now settled that the government is going to pay them compensate to the staff and employee formally and before. And before the termination, they did have a NDA letter say that non-disclosure, like non-disclosure agreement form. And I'm very sure that my friend signed that in the employment letter. Every employment letter they have this, and they have certain rules and regulation to follow. And apparently the government caught up with this, and so-called fine line, the government will pay them. In case you understand, Flash Coffee don't want to pay them. That's that's a bit unfair, like really. So me and Mr. Shi had a talk earlier, and he tells me the same thing, that what happened was a timeline frame, and that happened after the shutdown was completely insane, and everybody was left in the dark. There's no situation like when, how, and then. Like, nada. I completely understand if it's like out the box, but it's between that fine line that somehow Flash Coffee boss screwed up themselves. Like, unfortunately, I love their coffee. Yes, they have fine Arabic coffee. That thing, that thing really hits the spot. Like, you're very tired and you have like $4, $5, and you cannot afford Starbucks. Flash Coffee was there for everybody, and in economy classes. But the situation got worse, so they immediately remove everything. They delete all the apps, and no delivery system, no outlet left, nothing, nada, zero, and completely out of box. The outlet was gone, and till now, the from what I know, if you guys fled to NATO, the situation can be worsened, and if they are ever caught like red-handed. I'm not so sure how they going to be dealt with, but unfortunately, NATO and SG government doesn't want to proceed, and they literally delete out all the records. So it's like now the employee have to depend on the Singapore government to help them to find a new job. And apparently my friend also is the target of it because he was hated, like he was hated by the employee. Like what happened, and he was the one that informed them Wednesday will be your last day and thank you very much for your service, everything. And Thursday, he himself was terminated throughout everything. Like his employee was told to stay at home, and his employee can find a new job. And then, for Mr. Shi himself was a manager, and then he tell me that the situation got worse and Flash Coffee got shut down because of this. And yeah, so what happened is they were in debt, very big debt. And then when they want to start from a coffee, I expect the company to start very, very small step, baby step to get them to fundamentally step into the water, like starting point. And then I have no idea what happened throughout 3 years. Maybe the 2 years was very good experience, but over the 3 years prior, situation happens. They deleted the record. They deleted every location. They were told to stay at home with no further noticing. The HR also don't want to tell them nothing. They straightforward say, it's just a normal meeting. You can just come in and we will talk about it. So from there on, the red flag came when the HR told them to sign the self-resign letter or terminated. Straightforward fired. Without period noticing, without understanding. By right, the government said on their website, the manpower government tells everybody that if you don't serve your period of notice, you need to pay money to the company. But the thing is, the company do want to delete you far, far away, and then they fled through the midnight to other country. How on earth are we going to find out? So a friend of mine film a friend of mine in TikTok filmed this flash coffee sign, and it read out very identical and it blown up everywhere. I don't know if I can find it, but I know there's a TikTok account for it. Let me see. Flash coffee shut down. Ooh, there's so many. Let's see. Flash Coffee closed all 11 export outlets, citing liberties and extra salary had been paid late for months. So, not just the situation happens, this fella literally went to the outlet and it have a notice say that um how to say this, salary payment delayed, and it was from April 2023. And the woman claimed the salary payment 3 months, December 2022, March and April 2023 were delayed several days. When asked how her and her colleague felt about the delay, she said that they were frustrated but still continued to work. I think half of them been removed throughout the months, I guess. The former employee said that although she had a expected strike, she had an expected chain to shut down for a while because they were making much money from their daily sales. They weren't making much money, so that's the main situation everywhere nowadays. And the thing is, she added that employee of several outlets would have to work alone in their weekends without timing and to go to their hours long break, like literally 2 hour or 1 hour. And then the delay were 2 or 4 weeks, he added. Wow. And I am wondering where the hell is the $68 million come from? And it was funded. It was funded through this company called Food Panda and this co-founding. And it's just a starter company, to be honest. And I personally went to the friend outlet of mine, and he tells me the shitty environment and all this. To be honest, I'm very concerned, like why they owe money so much. And the thing is, now the Singapore chain first launched in 2020, and at one point had close to 250 stores at 1,400 employees across the region. And apparently, throughout the 2 years prior, they immediately gone like massive layoff, and they massively hired people to replace them, and then suddenly they out the the main point is after months of selling coffee and bread, butter, toast, whatsoever, they just straightforward give up. Like they gave up and they are not going to financially get back to this region because they are wanted criminal now. And thanks to the TikToker to like found this bullshit sign, and it was very frustrated, to be honest. It's just crazy. Oh, and I found it. I'm gonna share this, and I am not logging into my details. Let me see if I can. Let's remove that. So this was the video that my friend sent.
so early, close. What's that?
As you guys can see, it literally screams red flag here. It says on strike. In light of server late salary payout, this outlet will be closed infinitely. Your flash coffee barista as island wide deserve a conductive work and environment. Thank you for the we thank you for three memory for this memorable till next time. Goodbye. And it's literally located on my friend store as well. So that was out of the blue, and it doesn't have intentionally signed by the Flash Coffee Singapore. It was prior to be like out of the box. They decided to get rid of it. Like literally, the store was gone in place. And honest opinion, I felt bad about the situation. So I went and talked to my friend about this, and he tells me the same thing. So what happened is he lost his job, and he is finding a new job prior to the company owing money to the staff. It's a very serious offense, to be honest, and the employer was flat, like literally flat to another country. So the thing is, international water, they cannot do anything because once you flat the country means nobody can find you or catch you, or unless you are like owing money to the IRS taxes, and then you're dead. They will eventually find you, but pray to God you're not coming back to Singapore. Let's put it this way: Flash Coffee is no longer in Singapore. They exit like Flash, and they are no longer listed. Everything they delete everything. So beware if you guys have like future in job, like found out that Flash Coffee ever want to employ you outside the country or go to different places to find you, then please consider, do not ever apply to that shitty company that owe money and suddenly disappeared on you. And I learned my lesson, and hope my friend learned a lesson today that not the company that don't want you, is that you lost your job because the company delayed the payment and the payout was so shit for 3 months. And my friend had left the job ever since, and he felt bad. He had to say the last word and say goodbye to the employee on Wednesday night, and everybody was stunned. And Thursday, they were terminated, everybody. So the thing is to be learned, do not trust company that is very less than experienced. And the main company that I joined was Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf. And how I know about the brand was internationally well known. They are fantastic. They have like Starbucks barista type of thing, and they have been many years. And what happened was they started at 1963, and therefore I joined them for 8 years. And to be honest, every company have a shitty environment, so shitty. My work environment is so shitty as well. And what he described as my friend described what happened to the store happens to have my background, and I have the same situation and same experience, and I felt bad from CBTL. And you know what happened? The management decided to so-called terminate me, but in declare they don't give to fuck, like no period notice. So okay, I found out the hard way, and the manager is still at the very loose point. Like time to time, he will talk to the ex-employee and say that, "Will this fella file a complaint if I let him go without period notice?" He inadvertently tells her that you better pray to God he don't know about anything filing a report. Well, to be honest, if even if I file a report, who knows? The company could cover up for her, and this situation led me to think Flash Coffee ended their little stamina for 3 years was no coincidence. And compared to the two giant coffee company is Starbucks and the Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf, now is franchise co-owner of the Jollibee or Jollibee founded. So they are like franchise out to the fried chicken company. I find it very odd how Coffee Bean lost money and then they decide to franchise out. That's how they survive. But Flash Coffee, on the other hand, owe money and decide not to pay their employee for months. And apparently, this is not just a one-time coincidence. And think back, years ago, I worked in Coffee Bean and Tea Leaf having the same similar situation, and it's very shitty. The environment is so shitty. The point I want to resign was because these people decided to be shit. And to be honest, the shittier the company, the shittier the entire company is. And the shittier company happens to be followed to this brand new and so-called proclaim every store close and remove delete everybody. So that's how the situation got worse. So do us a favor, if you guys have like Flash Coffee in your country, do us a favor, review it and tell us is it worth it, because they literally fled the company, like fled to the other country. And I heard there is still like outlets in different country like Hong Kong, Thailand. And I want to know like how are they operating under a policy and it's a shitty like situation. I don't understand how they're expanding their business like shit. So my friend already filed a report for the salary proceed, and for the for second future is not is lead to the government to help them finding a new job. So I wish them all the best, and I really never intend to like uh to be worsen the image of the company. It's really bad. I mean, honest opinion, it's the company fault from November last year, and they never picked me because I was not shortlisted. But apparently, prior to next year, which is in the future of this year, they shut down and they completely screw themselves in the butt. And I felt sorry for Mr. Shi, and he lost his job, he's lost his title, and prior beforehand, before I resigned my ex company, he was there for me. He literally offered me free coffee. He like offer like advertise himself like as a friendly barista and a manager that settling the roles very badly. And he himself, I met him couple months, and prior that he lost his job, it's a bit sad, like 10 years of friendship just down the down the drain, like I felt bad for him. I mean, it's really, really bad, and I understand that he felt upset. That's why he's not planning to be on my stream, and he doesn't want to talk about it. He just wanna like quietly disappear. Like the end of the shift, he just fed up, and he never want to intend to like further explanation what happened. And I know for the prior, like everywhere, it happens like every year. Like the situation got worse. For example, gas gasoline or car gas, you can pump a quarter at 40 or $50 price tag, and if you're planning to do a full tank, it's about $150 to $200, the kind of price tag, and it's not worth it. To be honest, it's not worth it, and I think it's crazy how much them like everything changed after the during before the war in Ukraine. Everything is okay. The price tag was okay. It's way cheaper than the shitty company gave. But after the war started in Russia, then they started to go shifting everything. It costs us a lot. Like no matter if the government says it's not the war fault, but it's literally we see in our own eye the government lies a little bit. But I myself felt sad that why the government lie, because we know it's the war situation that caused us to have oil increasement, oil pump shutdown. There's a lot of shitty activities on the front, but I never intend to do some in that view. But Flash Coffee was a common ground to everybody, and it's e-commerce. It commercial as an affordable coffee for economy classes people that needed coffee fix for the day, and they only have like $4, $5, and cannot afford a Starbucks. That's why Flash Coffee was built. And building the situation up, they owe money and they fled. That's not a good idea. As a as an employee, I would sustainably tell that Flash Coffee must have a shitty terms and condition to end up doing this shitty move. So yeah, from there on, I'm thinking of asking Mr. Shi and see what his plan in the future, and I will update you again if I hear back from Mr. Shi. Apparently, he's upset. So, yeah, if I ever talk to Mr. Shi or ever see him, I will let you guys know what was the outcome. And have he find a new job, it's really up to him. Like that there is situation like that. It really sad to see something like that happens in Singapore, and I felt bad that the situation was, but I never intend to seriously see this through. And thoroughly, I felt bad for my friend, my brother, for 10 years. And I'm gonna forward this video to him as well to say that he's doing a perfect job, and good luck on finding a new job in the future for yourself. So see you, and I hope you guys have a pleasant day ahead. And for cut, for the time being, I'm going to take a break. I'm gonna take a break for today, and then tomorrow I have to stay like wake up very early to go for my flu jab. As today was my appointment, I was late by 1 minute. They closed the entire clinic, so I wasn't able to make it on time for my like so-called booking. So I have to wake up very early to do a unscheduled booking. That's gonna be a very pain. So yeah, I'm done. And thank you very much for tuning in. I know my moderators are doing their job, and half of them are asleep because they are in United States and it's already midnight. I don't want to bother them too much, but yeah, I would advise them to share this video out to show them a common ground that lying company can happen, but if you get caught, the coincidence is not gonna be the consequences of what the company did was not gonna be that easy. So yep, that's for now. I guess I have nothing new, no update. But will like try to press some pressure on Mr. Shi to release some news, like give me some inside scoop. But for now I have nothing to update. But for Call of Duty, unless my 1K sub brother want to play, I would oblige to play. But I will not stand if he doesn't want to play. I mean literally if he doesn't want to be online, fine by me. I'm not gonna be online. I can play my offline game for all I care, but if he want to play, he can contact me to the Discord and let me know because I'm a bit sleepy. I want to take at least like 1 hour to 1 hour and a half nap, and then we'll see if I can wake up before 6, and then we can play couple rounds. But right now I'm so tired. I spent the whole night doing God knows what, and the news just came out, and my friend was lost his job, and he let's put it this way, he is upset, disappointed, and irrelevantly felt like the company lied to him. It happens. So I'm out of here, bruh.